Right, hey everyone, welcome to the live office hours, our weekly show where myself, Rakesh and David answer all of the questions you've had over the last week. So as always, please welcome with me David and Rakesh to the show. Hi guys.
Hiya.
Hey, how's it going?
So we're now getting into our flow with these. This is our third one, so we're getting our format together, and the feedback that we've had has been absolutely phenomenal from the community. So we're going to carry on with this, and we're going to grow it as you want us to grow it as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to hand over to Rakesh, and he's going to go through the new Zenler changelog. The changelog is the stuff that's happened in the last week or so that new Zenler have been working on and improving or launching. So Rakesh, I'll hand over to you, please.
Cool. Thanks, Kevin. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly go through the change log. Now, the change log is where we showcase our releases, the weekly releases. There's a whole lot of stuff in there. Probably some of it is not relevant for you. I'm just going to cover the important bits. I'm just going to ignore the rest. And if anyone wants the change log, it's under this URL bit.ly/nz changelog. And let me just go through quickly the changes. So this morning we had quite a big change. A lot of people have been asking for this. So if you had some third-party scripts or like some styles that has to go to each and every single page on your site, now you finally have got the option. So you have now got the global includes for all the pages. You can include some scripts or pages or styles for all your pages or even on the course player. So I'm just going to show you that. Let me just, I think I haven't shared my screen. Share that. Share my screen. Cool. Do you guys see my screen at all?
No. Yeah. Yes, I can. Yeah. Perfect.
Cool. So this is a change log, bit.ly/enter change log, and I'm going to just go to changes. So first one, this morning global includes for all the pages and course player. I'm going to go to the settings, site settings. Under site and site settings, we have now got the global includes, and this has already been covered on the video that David did. So please check it out. He has explained it clearly how it works, how you can add scripts and styles across all your pages and your course player. And we got a few other changes, probably not really relevant. It's more technical. A lot of fixes going in there. I think yesterday, a few days ago, there was an issue where when you had like a huge number of lessons on your community, and the community was there's a lot of delays in page loads of the community, so that's fixed now. And a lot of issues where font family was missing when you have multiple elements in multiple blocks and stuff like that, and a few more other changes as well, probably not relevant. It's more of technical. I think, yeah, that was a quick one from changelog side. I'm going to stop share my screen.
Okay, while you're doing that, I just want to address one thing that's been coming up the last couple of days, which is relevant to the development and stuff like that. Lots of people keep coming into the group and saying, it's really slow to load. I'm in the US and is there issues with Amazon S3, blah, blah, blah. What's the official view on because I don't experience that. I haven't experienced the same as what other people have experienced, as in the site loading slowly or the admin side loading slowly. So what would you say to that? Rather than flooding support with my site is slow, is there a standard response that you can say to people as to
I think there has been a lot of work that has gone into address slowness, and slowness should not be like a major bottleneck right now. Having said that, this is still a work in progress, and we continue to refine the platform and the editor and the admin side and so on. I think last week we had some issues with slowness from Vimeo. We have raised it with Vimeo, so they had some slowness with conversions. Sometimes it was taking hours to convert. Now we have no control over how quickly or the queue sizes at Vimeo, but this is something we are taking up with Vimeo.
Okay, so if people are experiencing slowness on their site, is it easier just to ping a quick email with the title, site speed, and just leave it with you guys? Because flooding the group with my site's really slow, isn't resolving it really, is it?
Yeah, and also I think one more thing you could do is before posting on the group, please run a speedtest.net and make sure your connection is not flaky. We had issues where Google Captcha was throwing errors because the connection was flaky. And we can't do anything about flaky connections, right? So make sure you run a speed test and make sure you have decent connection first of all.
Perfect. Brilliant. Okay, so that's the changelog for this week. Now, if you're watching this live, please do let us know where you're watching from. If you're on the replay, do hashtag replay and let us know that you're on the replay. And any questions you want to enter, whether it's live right now or whether it's on the replay, one of the team will always come back and reply to you. So please do get involved with this part. Now, we've had some questions submitted beforehand, so we'll go through these first. And in the meantime, if you want to add your questions in, we can do that as we go along. So the first question from Riina, and I think Rakesh might be answering this one, is how do I change the language on the countdown timer? The language settings don't seem to affect it.
Okay, let me just probably share my screen one second. Again. Yeah, so I think let's take a look at it. So I think what Riina wants is, I think she wants to be able to change the language where it says days, hours, and and so on. So let me just, so if you, I'm going to add a countdown timer onto the page. So I'm now on the editor. It's going to search for it. And if you see these countdown timers, you can see that you got days, hours, minutes, and seconds. Now at the moment, guys, you cannot change the settings. We're going to add that soon. But what you can do, so instead of using these default countdown timers, the ones with the text on it, you can add the ones without the text on it for now until we add the property for that. So let's say you can add this. You can add, let's say you can add this. You can add the one without the time, without the hours and days. And what you can do, you can add an element, add a row, like you can add 4 columns, and then in each of these columns you can add the days and hours and so on. Here you can say days, whatever if you want to do in French or whatever you can do. So whatever, and you can do hours and so on. So I can just say X, Y, Z, Z and so on. Yeah, so you can kind of simulate it, but if you want to edit the text that is on some of the countdown timers, you cannot because it's coming from system, but we are going to address that soon.
Perfect. Okay. Riina has another question. So this is her second question. How do I remove a link from a word? So I'm assuming she's meaning a hyperlink.
Shall I get that?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
If I just share my screen, you're sharing. Oh, right.
Okay. I'll stop it.
I think what had happened here was she'd added a hyperlink into it, she'd gone into edit it, and she couldn't find out how to remove that.
Yeah, it's a bit fiddly. Yeah.
It's actually really simple, but yeah, I understand. It's can you see my screen?
Yes.
And now?
Okay, so I've got a link in here. So obviously, to put a link in, we just go over the text, and then we can drop a link in. Yeah. So that's fine. I'll just put a hash in there and insert. So if I'm removing a link, you can just go click once, right hand click, go down to link, and then you can just get rid of it.
Yeah, I think David, I think for this, I think if you double click on that, the link, there is another pop-up that comes up on the top. See that the small tiny pop-up?
Yep.
So you can just tick that. Yeah, there is a icon there which says unlink. I think the second top.
The only problem is it's not holding.
Okay.
Rakesh. I'm clicking it, but it's coming up. Can you share on your screen and maybe?
Okay, let me try. 1 second.
And I think that was probably the issue, is it wasn't
holding that thing. Yeah.
No, I think sometimes what people do is they try to, as David did, they try to remove this, but this does not unlink. So what you need to do is you need to click this, and you link here, Zenler.com. Can you see my? You can see my screen, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, now if you click on this,
That's the issue. Yeah.
yeah, I think probably we need to sort that. I think.
Yeah, so in the meantime, what you can do is you can just delete it out and put that text back in. And that's going to be the simplest way at this point to do that. I think.
Yeah, I think we need to look at that. But I think when I was trying it earlier, I was able to do. Maybe we need to check that.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was.
So to
I
unlink
wasn't.
it, you would use that second pop-up to unlink.
In the meantime, while support is sorting that out, you can just delete it, add in a new word and link again as another workaround. Okay, cool. So just a few highs. Hi to Christine and Carlene and Phoenix, who are all joining us live. So thank you very much for coming along. We appreciate you being here. Remember to add your questions in. Where are we now? So Talia has the next question. So can Zenler do the types of pages with a clock? This was created in Deadline, so a deadline funnel type page. It's for a free opt-in, and once they sign up, the next page is a 48-hour special offer. So it's an opt-in page which goes to a countdown page.
Yeah, I think you can do that. So all you need to do is when you select the countdown timer, you just need to make sure you select the evergreen timer on. So, and then set 48 hours. So everyone who comes into the funnel, it will automatically start a 48-hour timer.
Okay, perfect. That was a nice, easy one. Okay, Marwa, sorry. Can I segment my students into all access students and drip content students? I'm assuming for the same course.
I don't think segmentation currently supports segmenting drip and non-drip lessons and so on. I think it's probably something that we can consider later on.
So you could do that with individual courses, couldn't you?
How do you mean?
So you would just either bring them into a course that is either all access, or you'd bring them into
Yeah,
the same
exactly,
course,
exactly.
duplicated, but as in a drip
Yeah,
one.
yeah, you can do that.
But you can't have them in one course and separate
Yeah.
them out.
Right.
You
Yeah.
cannot do like A/B stuff inside a course. You can clone it, or maybe you can create a bundle out of it, 2 bundles.
And her second question, Marwa, is how can I enroll students manually into a course? Do you want to grab that one, David?
I would, but on my site, I haven't got any students in there because it's my test site. So I can't actually demonstrate it. It's really easy though. You just need to find the student and then you go to their details and then you can just enroll them straight in the course. But I can't show. Rakesh, have you got any students in your test?
So how can, let's do it a different way. If there's someone brand new to the site and they've messaged or paid or done whatever and said, like, I want to be enrolled in this course, how do they add the student that way? So you've got my name, you've got my email.
Yeah, so I think you just need to go to people and edit the profile of the person, and then you will get a tab saying, and then you add a student role to the person, and then you will, if you refresh your screen, you're going to see the courses tab, and then you can add the courses the student is going to get.
Yeah.
And you can enroll them.
So we can add them through the people section in the site, or go into the site admin, and on the left you'll see probably 2/3 of the way down. You can go on to people and then add new. You can put their name and email in, and you check the box at the bottom to say yes, there's all the permissions
I think,
there.
let me just try it anyway. So I'm just going to share my screen.
Rakesh, I've put a student into my course. I can quickly show it.
Excellent.
It's no problem, this one.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so if I go into students here, and you can see I've got this test student set up, just go straight into edit, and then you can go to courses, and you can select the course that you want to put them into, and you can also select the plan you want to put them into, and then you just click enroll, and that's it. Remember also that it will send an email out to that address as well. So if you don't want it to send out, then you can turn that off, and then it will not send it out to them. But that's basically how you do it. So you select,
and similarly, same thing for community. You can add people into the community.
Absolutely, yeah. It's the same. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. So the next two that we've got are more discussion points rather than how does New Zenler actually work. So Nadine was asking the question, can I create my whole website for my business on New Zenler?
Yeah, I answered this already. Yeah, you can. There was a thing saying about blogs. Yeah, blogs is kind of a different thing. You can, so you can't set the blog posts up. You could do individual pages and turn it into a kind of blog thing. But you can definitely set up all the pages for your site, you know, with your courses, and you've got all the other features that Zenler offers as well. So it does everything, you know. She also asked about, can she set a domain and custom domain, which you can if you've got the pro and the premium package. So yeah, so that's it.
And also, if you go to SEO settings, you can generate a sitemap for your site as well, and again submit it to search engines and so on. So we got all of that covered, but blogs we don't have it.
Yeah, and I'm going to do an Ask Zenler on sitemap and also
Excellent.
on the SEO side for pages as well. So that's coming up pretty soon.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think most people overlook the SEO side of the pages. And it's actually a really good part of what New Zenler does, because often you won't find that. And it's a really good starting point to get going with that side of things, because as far as external marketing goes, you know, as we've said, there is no blog posts at the moment. You'd need to rely on external sources to drive most traffic back to your New Zenler site right now. But of course that will change. So yeah, an interesting question, and it's one that does come up quite a lot, I think, in the group, where people are curious as to how they can do this and workarounds to, you know, I'm seeing people embedding stuff in and trying to code blog pages into the New Zenler side of things. And sometimes it's a round peg in a square hole. It sort of fits if you whack it really hard, but it's not really quite right now. You know, if you're sitting there and you're new to business, or you're new to marketing online, and you don't have a website, you don't have any of that, and you want to use New Zenler, use it in the way that it's been designed for, and look at other channels to actually put your content on. So for example, if you use LinkedIn Pulse, you can write your blogs on there and drive traffic back to your New Zenler site from LinkedIn. You can do the same on Facebook. You know, so there's lots of social channels you can use to drive back into your New Zenler system.
Yeah, almost using like a funnel. So they're all coming through from all the different places that you want to put your posts out to, including YouTube as well. I mean, talking about blogs, I've kind of done a blog page in a way for the tutorials site, tutorials.newzenler.com, where I've put in their hashtag ask Zenler, and that's where all the videos I'm putting up on YouTube are going on. So I'm going to put them on there as well. Now I can imagine this is going to get really big. So even though I've labeled them, shall I just share my screen and show the guys this?
Yep.
Let me just.
So if you want to do like a plain vanilla blog, you can do with blogs on Zenler.
Yeah. Which
it's not going to be fancy, but it works.
Yeah, it works. So can you see my screen?
We can.
So now you can see that I've got this, we've now got this hashtag Ask Zenler. So if you click into here, you're going to see all the videos, the Ask Zenler videos. They're all really clearly labeled. But I can imagine as I start adding more and more and more, what I intend to do, I think, even with this page, is put an index up the top where it will jump straight to the video. So these are very short videos. I think one of them's 20 minutes, but most of them are like sub 5 minutes. So they're really quick to watch, and you can get into them really quickly. So that is where the videos are. So if you need to know, you can just go to tutorials.newzenler.com and then Ask Zenler, and you go in there. If you want to go to the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/c/Zenler, and you can go in and you can see the latest stuff that's going on here, because inside here we've got replays of the office hours that we're doing, and we've also got the Ask Zenler, and there's going to be more things popping up, like the pro interviews. There's going to be a ton of things that are going to pop up in this area, so make sure you do subscribe, because this is going to be a hive of activity in here. And of course, you know, you can watch it and learn from it really quickly, because you can see us actually doing it rather than text that's written out that, you know, is just not as visually stimulating as this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think we were using Facebook units earlier, but it was getting a bit unmanageable. So I think this is great.
Yeah, and I'll post them up. I also would like to put in here, I know we've been doing all the new features, been doing some videos on them, so I might put them in there as well. under one of the playlists, so you guys can find it. But there's things going to be adding to this all the time. I'm trying to do the big course that I've been warning you about, where it's going to actually have timestamps where you can actually jump to those lessons. But I see in the meantime, any urgent questions that come up or that need more of an explanation are just going to be putting here. We'll post them on the Facebook page. We'll post them on the tutorials page, and we'll have them in YouTube. So there's going to be all these places to go and just get all the information you need about the Zenler platform.
Brilliant. Okay, so more people are coming in and they're saying good morning. It must be morning, quite early morning over in the US, I would imagine. So we're getting good morning from Chicago. Jane's in again, so brilliant to see you. Monique, Rebecca. So Monique has a question that's come in on the live. So we would love it if you would add an icon for someone entering New Zealand to be able to see a list of all the courses offered by our creators. Unless I know the content creator, I do not know all the courses being offered that I would like to buy. Let's make it easy for others and ourselves to buy more courses.
Does she mean like a marketplace?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's not specific to her site. I think it's specific to the group more.
Yeah, I think what Monique wants is a way where she can search for all other courses from all the other instructors on the platform. Yeah, go on.
I think you're right. And we see this in other environments where people have sort of like the ambassador type people for a certain place, and they're listed down as to where you can find them and what they're up to. I'm not quite sure how that would work for New Zenler.
Yeah, I think as of now there is no immediate plans, but hopefully probably at some point we will have like a searchable kind of marketplace kind of portal where you can search all other courses if they opt to publish the courses onto that portal. But no immediate plans.
No, I mean, of course we have Wow Us Wednesday, which every Wednesday people can show the community what they're working on, what their latest projects are within New Zenler. So that's always a good place to start, and you can obviously filter those out in the search for the group and just have a look over the past 3 or 4 on there. I think there was about 30 something comments this week, so it's quite active.
That's true.
So have a look on there, and you can see if
Some
there's
great
stuff on there.
courses in there. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So do we have any more questions? Phoenix has said she's come through with some advice on using Handbrake, which is great. Christine, the ability to create course page templates, is that coming soon?
Yes, that's long overdue. We're not there yet, but hopefully we will be able to do it not so in the near future, hopefully in the next couple of months. We don't give dates, but hopefully soon, not so far.
Okay. So just as a reminder for people that are watching this, tutorials.newzenler.com is where you need to go and register to get all of the stuff that David's been talking about. A lot of the replays from this will be on there, and all of the support articles that you're going to need in the future will be in there. We've also got the YouTube channel, which is growing really nicely, and we've got lots of amazing stuff over there. So please do go like and subscribe that, and then on both counts, you'll be notified when new stuff gets put out, which is really important because stuff is changing each week. So you need to keep up to date with the latest things. Can somebody put a link in the comments, please, to the YouTube channel, David, if you wouldn't mind?
Have I not done that? I think I've done it.
Have you done it already?
No, I think you're done on the Zoom call.
I'll put that in the Facebook group. Don't worry.
Yeah,
if you're going to see those pop up all the time because I'm continually doing these videos. They're always going to pop up. Click the link, you'll go through to the YouTube, and there's always a link back to tutorials. So no problems.
Now, the other part to consider for you watching is that in the top of the Facebook group, we've got the announcement section. This is the stuff where the team will highlight it as something that's important. Now, before we had 80 odd announcements. We've gone through and we've reduced that right back. So everything that is in the announcement tab on the group is current, it's up to date, and it's important for you to go and have a look at. So the changelog's there, the latest tutorials that David's done are there, the link to the event for this will be there, and the other stuff that we deem to be current and really important. So please scroll through that. There's also the start there aspect. So if you're new to the group, you've just joined and we're getting lots of people joining each week, go and have a look there. It will tell you how to contact support, when to contact support, etc., etc. It's a really useful section of the Facebook group and should be used to full effect because it will save you a lot of time trying to wait for answers where you could just find them. And that's a good place to start. Okay, well, Monique has come back just clarifying what she was saying. So she said, we want to be able to find a list of courses. We need a search option to find courses. I hope you'll consider it. I think we've covered that. So Monique, I hope we've answered that for you.
I think there is a question on the other group from Anna. She asks, is there a way to see how much of the course every individual students viewed in one chart without going to each specific student detail? I think currently you have to go to each and every student to find out the course progress. Yes, we go to course progress and we run reports. You should be able to do that. But currently, I think the course progress, you have to go to each and every single student to get that. But we do have a overall course progress for the entire course or for entire list of courses as well, the pie chart.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, I can't see any more questions come in right now. Look out tomorrow in the group where the first pro interview will be released. So do take a look at that. That's coming in from Shelley Fishel. She's an IT trainer and has been a trainer online and offline for over 20 years. So she's very experienced in delivering content online and off. So really worth having a look at what she's been up to. And for now, I think I'm finished with the questions. Guys, have you got anything else you want to cover before we shut the office hours down?
Well, Kevin, when's the challenge coming up? You've got a challenge coming up. Are you talking about it now?
Yeah, so we're doing a 10-day challenge, which is about launching your first course within Zenler. And I'm just finalising the detail on that. I'm hoping it will be launched on Monday. So it's going to be launched over 10 days. There'll be a little bit to do each day to get you inspired, motivated, and taking the action you need to start using the platform properly. So ultimately, you can get out there, get students, and get revenue coming in. Because that's what we want you to do. We want you to succeed in your business, certainly this side of it, by using the Zenler platform. So that's coming out hopefully Monday. Is the goal.
Do you have to sign up for that? Do you have to actually sign up for that, or to be on it?
Well, the first incarnation of it, we're running it live. So it's going to be a live in the group every day. It's not going to be a long live. It's not going to be half an hour, or anything like that. It'll be 10, 15 minutes. This is what we need to look at. This is the action steps you need to take, etc., etc. So that will be the first part. Day 2 of the challenge will be, giving you time to put into place what you've got to do, because we deal with so many different time zones. It would be unfair for me to say, okay, at 6 p.m. every day, this is what you need to do, and then at 6 p.m. the next day you've got to have it done. So we need to give people space. So it'll be Monday we'll do a live. That will be the action point. Tuesday it will just be a reminder to go off and go and do that stuff. Wednesday will be the next action point. So it'll actually run over 20 days, but it's 10 days worth of actual stuff. And our goal is within that time for you to get that course out. That's what we want.
That's going to be great, isn't it? Because we're going to get feedback from instructors telling us they succeeded as well. So that's going to be great.
And I've myself and my partner, we've run these types of challenges for many years now. So we know how to put the right amount of effort in for the maximum amount of get back, if you like. Brilliant. So, you're not going to be overwhelmed. We're not going to ask you to start creating 50 sales pages overnight. It's going to be nothing like that. This is about getting it done. Okay. Get that first one done, get your confidence up, understand your structure behind how you're going to do it, how you're going to promote it, how to test it, and then actually hitting that button to go, right, I'm ready to enroll now. And where do you find that first student from? And that's really the goal of this. So it's quite exciting from the point of view of us sitting here to help you with the new Zenler platform, because this is what we want. We want people using. There's no good having a nice car if you never drive it, you know. And this is the same with new Zenler. We want you to use it. We want you to use as many features as you need to use. You don't need to use all of them, but everybody will need different ones. You know, and getting out there, training people, teaching people, and helping people. That's why you're all here. That's the goal of the challenge, and that will be out. The first one will be out Monday. I've yet to set the time on that yet. I'm sort of thinking it's going to be late afternoon. I think that covers a lot of people. It doesn't then conflict with office hours. And next office hours is at 5 p.m. next Thursday. And I think that will, so if we aim for probably 4 p.m, I think that will cover most people quite nicely.
Yeah, I think so.
Is sort of what I'm aiming for. And then, of course, it gives you all the evening, if you're in the UK, to get on with it. And if you're in the US, it gives you all day. So, yeah, exciting stuff coming up. Really, really looking forward to that.
Exciting.
Yeah, and I think it's the thing is, I remember back years and years ago, the most thing that makes you excited is getting your first student. It's kind of like, wow, this can make me money. And when you start seeing money come in all the time, you're like, oh, I want more, I want more. You spend more time and you just get into it. And it's amazing. It's a great feeling.
Yeah,
and also
ultimately,
helping people. Of course, you're helping people.
Yeah, and ultimately, you need to spend time on it to make it successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're going to help you get to that point of getting it out there. You know, if you're striving for perfection with your first course, this is what delays you. Yeah. If you're looking at every I, every dotting every I, crossing every T, and I'm in another group with lots of course creators, and the new ones coming in are facing procrastination on a big scale. You know, because they're looking for perfection. They're frightened of maybe being on camera. They're frightened of how they sound in a video and stuff like that. And what we want to do is empower you and give you the confidence to go, actually, good is good enough. So we're going to make sure you know what good is. You're going to feel comfortable putting it out. You're going to feel competent in putting it out, and you're going to get that released within those first 10 days. And it's going to be awesome. We're going to see, so Wowus Wednesday is going to be absolutely chocker with new people launching stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, that's final words from me. Rakesh, David, have you got anything else?
No.
I think that's
perfect. Right, thanks everyone for watching. Remember, if you're on the replay, hashtag replay, let us know where you're watching from. If you've got any questions on the replay, please add them in and we will come back and answer. And for now, all I'd like to say is have a great week, and we'll see you on office hours at 5 p.m. next Thursday. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, see ya.
See ya.